cuffs are off, man. Get right. Too many left in these leagues, but I ain't gonna leave. I'ma get right. Get right. Down to the bottom and scratch it for all the...
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up, everybody? It's Marcus Grant.
This is AJ Dillon of the Green Bay Packers.
I got to give a shout out to y'all at Get Right Fantasy.
If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Best of luck with your podcast. Appreciate the support.
And you're tuned in to watch my boys at Get Right Fantasy Network. Get you right. Enjoy the show.
But I tune in every Friday. Strategies provided, I will lock in every way. So go and roll your sleeves up. Yeah, go and roll your sleeves up. And I'm getting down, cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right, cause I roll my sleeves up.
What up, what up, what up, world? This is Frank, a.k.a. Fish and Frank, and this is Get Right Fantasy Network. Happy Monday, everybody. Anthony is out with, graduations happening and family. So, that means I'm here tonight, gonna, do some drafting here with you tonight. I got a best ball draft here with Underdog Fantasy. I'll be doing, it's a $5 Superflex puppy draft. So we're going to get into that here in a second. I'm just get through some of the standard stuff we have to kind of cover here on the show and say what's up with here. We got the roll already here. And Dubs is already up in here too. What's up, Dubs? So it's just me solo tonight again, doing the draft here. I just wanted to mention that we have a mock draft tournament coming up, qualifying mock starting July 29th, ending with the finale, which will be live streamed Friday, August 30th. So be sure hitting the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more info. Mock draft tournament champions. Again, July 29th, $0 entry. Chance to win $50 in cash. Roppy Bomb is the reigning champ last year, 2023, and AJ as well, 2022 champ. Luke Camp, aka Luke Camp, was the first to win in 2021. So it's got a good history here. Hopefully, you guys can come out and see who wins the tournament of mocks here. So for those of you guys new to the channel, it's Mondays we do mocks, grades, team draft strategy breakdowns and whatnot. And tonight we're also doing an Underdog Fantasy Best Ball live draft. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight, the Best Ball live draft. Friday nights right now we're doing Friday night mocks. That's what we're known for here. And we're doing Dynasty Focus in May through June. And then Superflex 14 mocks in July, and then we're switching back to redraft mocks, rotating to 1 QB and Superflex and 2 to 3 wide receivers. So you get a nice variety for everybody, everything that's going on in the fantasy world. So you guys can get some mock drafting in with us, because the more you mock, the better you do. But later on in the season, when we get started and everything's going good, we got the in-season schedule. We do Mondays overreaction and waiver wire targets. Wednesdays we do roster management, buy, sell, trade, and target show. Fridays we have the game by game sit start and live Q&A. Sunday morning we got a live show with Mike here, classic Mike, my active and inactive list, last minute sit start advice, and just getting your lineups right before kickoff. I also want to mention here some new additions to the network. We got Phil Ruskin with the extra point in fantasy football here. Everyone likes to score touchdowns, but you got to come out and kick that extra point. So tune into it, the extra point with Phil Ruskin live on Thursdays, because the extra point can be the difference between a win and a loss. So he just dropped this first show the other night, and I know he's got another one coming up this week. And then we're going to have Kendall Vanderbilt. He's coming on board here with the Fantasy Football Tavern. He's going to be dropping his first show this week. So if you're looking to enjoy some hot takes and cold beers, be sure to tune in to Kendall with the Fantasy Football Tavern. All right. So let's just get some of the stuff out of the way real quick. I do want to start, getting into this draft, because I am going to be a solo tonight. So bear with me. Let's see how it goes here. I'm going to go ahead and start entering this draft. It's going to be randomizing. And let's see what position I get, see where we go. Let this thing start going through the night. So allow some notifications here to happen. So here's a basic impulse $5 entry, $300,000 in prizes. Tournament starts here. It's 4 rounds, Superflex. Let me get over here and actually give you guys the breakdown on this for tonight. Will be 1 QB, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex, and 1 super flex, and 12 bench. It's a half-point PPR and 6-point per touchdowns on here. So that's what we're looking at. So we're going to be drafting QBs hot and heavy early and going from there. Let me also launch the draft board. I got the Pepsi Pros Assistant. That's not going to get launched tonight. Here we go. Where is that board? Oh, I guess I got to wait for the draft board to actually pop up, start putting on there. Or here it is. Let me get that going here. And we got in like the 9th spot here. Let me start sharing this tab here. All right, so I think I got everything set up here. So let's show the draft board here. I'll obviously be on other tabs here because I do need to like look at my picks and who I'm looking up next. Just saying, what's up, Gator? What's up, Gator? Yeah, you're just doing a mock draft here. Maybe you guys will start helping me out here. Just let me know what picks you guys are thinking as they come up. We'll take a look at the queue. So tonight I did want to mention here, I'm in the 9th spot, so I'm kind of late. But I am trying to do some strategies here according to RotoViz stats. Basically, doing a strategy I would be doing tonight is 0 RB and or hero RB, depending on where I'm in the draft. So I'm at the 9th spot tonight. So if I do a hero RB, I'll take a running back, and in around 2 or 3, hopefully I could get a good QB in my first round. Being a super flex, you got to get those QBs in early. And I will then try to take a second QB in the first 3 rounds, and an elite level tight end within the first 7 rounds, and taking as many wide receivers as I can throughout, and taking a second round running back after round 7 or 8, probably around after 7, 8 there. And as for the running back I'm willing to take, I would like to be Christian McCaffrey, Breece Hall, Bijan Robinson, and so on and so forth. So I'm on the clock here. I'm just going to go ahead and take Tyreek Hill. Notice that it started taking it here. It's even missed my pick, man. These things going by fast. So, I'm over here reading off some strategy stuff, and this draft's already going with me, but it's taking the guy I would have taken anyways here. Here, we already have quite a few QBs off the board, and Jared Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. McCaffrey goes off the board. Anthony Richardson, CeeDee Lamb, CJ Stroud, and I take Tyreek Hill. I will be taking a QB coming back here. I would have liked to take a QB and Joe Burrow, but I think that'd be fine with some of the other guys coming back around. And then I'm going to also be looking to stack my guys here once I get started. Let's see who I can build the stack with. Maybe get a Tua Tagovailoa way later and something like that. Just to go with Tyreek Hill at this point. Oh, so Anthony was trying to get in the draft here. He says, man, I'm in a different draft. Pick 2. I guess we can get the first and second place now. Nice. That's good. Well, second place is always nice. Anthony, go for that. So it's already Joe Burrow got taken. I'm going to take my guy Dak, man. Why not? I'm a Cowboys fan. He's been throwing it up. We've got CD out there already. So I definitely don't want to be lacking in the QB department, since I did end up taking a wide receiver as a first pick. And now basically, since that happened, I'm definitely just going 0 RB, probably not taking a running back till around 7 or 8, probably 8, seeing that where we're at here. Anthony's asking a question here to Gator. I said, hey, Gator, would love to see you a guest on the show. Jim Coventry and Lindsey Rhodes. Those are the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, that's what's really coming up right now. Jim Covington and Lindsey Rhodes here coming up soon here. Let me get back over here my draft to make sure I'm paying attention to what's going on. Let's see who's going off the board. I took Dak. Bijan Robinson went after Dak. Jordan Love, Brock Purdy coming up next. I'm looking to see, let's see who we could end up with here. Maybe some Jared Goff. Aaron Rodgers even late. Baker Mayfield. You know, I don't think I'm going to get, you know, Caleb Williams, some other guys coming back towards me, but let's see what happens. So I got Antonio Brown, Garrett Wilson off the board, like him as well. I was looking to get him, some of him this year, but, you know, see what happens here. As I'm sorry, I'm fumbling around a little bit here. Let me finish off what I was saying as far as right now not taking any RBs. It was going to be, if I did take an RB, I would want to take an RB1 like Christian McCaffrey, Brees Hall, or Bijan Robinson, 2 running backs only. And definitely not take another running back till around 8 or 9, as I mentioned. I'm preferably taking 1 running back after round 6 or going 0 RB. Historically, stats show that you get a higher chances of getting into the playoffs, semifinals, and finals. In the scenario, hopefully, I'm just taking a lot of wide receivers and hopefully elite tight end coming up here. So, you know, it's coming back around here. Let's take a look at the picks. So then we got Caleb Williams gone, Puka Nacua, Jahmyr Gibbs, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jaden Daniels, taking the rookie here, and I'm coming up in a couple picks. Let's see what we have available. Maybe Tua Tagovailoa. Again, Jared Goff wouldn't be so bad. I'm not even inclined to take an Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's, you know, hopefully he plays well, but after the injury, and he knocks off the rest well. Deshaun Watson also in there in the mix as well. But hopefully we get some of these guys going. Yeah. Give me a second here, guys. Let's see where we're at with these picks. It's slowing down now. I think people are taking their time. That rush was a little bit like now we got to think about what we're doing. Let's see who we got. JT up there, Saquon Barkley. I'm just going to go ahead and pass on those type of guys right now. Again, I'm just concentrated on wide receivers and quarterbacks at this point. And hopefully I get my second QB since I already got starting quarterback. But let's see. I might switch up and go with a wide receiver here. But there's nobody that's just really standing out too much. Maybe Jalen Waddle and Stephon Diggs coming back to me. I just really don't want to miss out on the QBs at this point. They're few and far between. I just don't feel comfortable with some of the later ones. I do want to get a third QB possibly in here because just so many injuries this year. But I just do want to get one, you know, some of the top guys here, hopefully. So Tua's gone, Brandon Ayuk, Saquon Barkley. Let's see who this guy takes, and then we'll be up next. I'm happy with taking Jared Goff. Justin Herbert just doesn't really have too much of anybody to throw to him over there, except one rookie nowadays. You know, who knows what the situation with Kirk Cousins as the drafted Michael Penix over there. Trevor Lawrence struggled last year. So I think I'm going to take Jared Goff here. Feeling a little bit more comfortable with him than Lawrence. Let's see what happens here, Antonio. So now coming back after that, now that I got my 2 QBs set up here, you know, and Dak and Jared Goff, I'm going to start hammering some wide receivers and, you know, filling in my wide receiving core. I mean, next up, we still got guys like Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs and Malik Neighbors and Michael Pittman Jr. Plenty of guys to be had in the wide receiver area, and that's what I'm going to be shooting for and hammering down next. Yeah, honestly, that was a slight mistake on my part. I wasn't paying attention to that trying to run this show. I would not have taken Tyreek Hill for. I would have went with a quarterback, but it is what it is, and we got to roll with the punches here. Hopefully, it all works out. You know, but yeah, let's see what happens here. Let's see. Let's check out the picks that just happened after mine here. So we had Jared Goff that I took. Then we took Devontae Adams, went out, Jalen Waddle, Mike Evans, and then Deebo Samuel. So they're, you know, all the wide receivers are flying off the board now. Oh, we got a first tight end here in Trey McBride. You know, I think, is that the first tight end? I can't see the board here on this one. Give me 1 second. Let me change screens here to get to the board here. Yeah, Trey McBride, which is, you know, wow. You must have, you know, some fancy in here because I would not have taken Trey McBride there. You know, I just, you know, as far as tight ends, I'd be taking Sam Laporta or something like that over Trey McBride or Travis Kelce. Being the 1-2-1-1 now. You still got guys like Dalton Kincaid and Mark Andrews even later on. So there's plenty of guys to be had here. It's my pick here. Wide receiver. Oh, this took Devon A-Chain for me. Oh, I got to pay attention to what I'm doing here. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I totally messed up. That's just all bad. Well, that's how hard it is to run the show, be reading off some stuff, and looking at what's going on the screen. Definitely didn't want an A-Chan at this point. I wanted a wide receiver. It's just tough luck for me right now tonight. Let's see what happens, though. Let's try to fix this thing because I'm looking at tight ends and wide receivers, and somehow I take A-Chan and don't notice that it's my pick here. Yeah. So we have a Trey McBride, who I was talking about. Then we got Nico Collins going after that. I ended up taking A-Chan by accident. Should have took like Stephon Diggs or somebody like that there, or like Neighbors. I didn't even get my stack in here at this point. I'm going to have to redo this whole draft and start all over here. And I'm definitely doing another one after this just to like concentrate and get it done right. Getting a message here. Michael Pittman, Kyron Williams off the board, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert going off. So, we get a couple more QBs here. You start looking at the board itself, and you can see how it's peppered in there. I don't see anybody. You got a guy who's more balanced with a QB, running back, wide receiver. My stack is more, mix of Tyreek Hill, Dak, Jared, and then Devon. So basically, I got my starting wide receiver, running back combo here. So I probably won't take another running back. Definitely not till about round 9 or 10 at this point. I'm going to start hammering wide receivers and tight ends after this. So I definitely got to be on my toes about those guys here, making sure I get the right picks in. Then we got Malik Neighbors, Devontae Smith, DJ Moore, Aaron Rodgers off the board now, coming back around to me. Again, Sam Laporta's out there. Would love to have some Sam Laporta. And that's the other thing I was going to do. I was going to set up – I'm going to put guys in my queue. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, because if I do end up talking, I'll put some guys in the queue, and if I passes me, at least it's somebody that I wanted. So I'm definitely going to start adding some guys into the queue and make sure that we get some of these guys, ready to go. Possibly Dr. Kincaid, some Christian Kirk, some Mark Andrews coming up later. There's some guys here that, I'm just like passing on. I did want to mention, this year, there's a lot of teams on the bye late. So I want to avoid the people that are on those late bye weeks here because you're going into the fantasy playoffs or starting the fantasy playoffs. And you got some guys. So I want to go over that bye week here in a second. But we had Sam Laporta go off, then Travis Kelce right after him here. And, we're talking later rounds here. About round 5 here to have them go off. And my pick is going to be coming up next. I need to get over here. And I think I'm going to pick Higgins at this point. Like him a little better. Again, just hammering wide receivers at this point. George Pickens a good pickup there as well. At this point, since CD's gone, I can't stack him with Dak. But hopefully I could stack somebody else here with Jared Goff here in Detroit. But I think both the top wide receivers are gone as well from them. But we could, take a chance. There's also a couple guys later on that I might take a look at. But at this point, I'm definitely just doing wide receiver, and it's coming back around to me pretty quick now. Mari Cooper, Zay Flowers, Will Levis off the board. I'm definitely taking George Pickens here at this point. I'm not even thinking about it. We got to move on. Hopefully some guys like Dalton Kincaid or Mark Andrews come back to me I'd be happy with them guys, but I might still just even hammer more wide receivers just to kind of get this straightened out here. Again, I was hoping to not actually take a running back this early. That kind of happened by accident again on this show. Unfortunately, it is what it is because I'm trying to look up some stuff for you guys here. But as I was mentioning, NFL bye weeks, week 12, we got Atlanta Falcons, Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, Jacksonville Jaguars, New Orleans Saints, and the Jets, all on week 12. Then week 13, nobody's on the bye, but week 14, as we go in the fantasy playoffs, we got Baltimore Ravens, Denver Broncos, Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, the New England Patriots, and Washington Commanders. So, you want to maybe, Houston Texans has a lot of guys out here. Baltimore Ravens as well, Colts, those are some good teams that people are drafting a lot of fantasy guys from. And so, hopefully we could get those on here. And I want to avoid them in the, those guys, just a little bit of some of that team, just kind of fade the team. But, sometimes you got to take your guy. So Gator did respond. He said, hell yeah, Ant. Oscar Roscoe would love to join you all. So, yeah, let's get that working. We could do some private chats here and get you on the show here up next. So after my pick, George Pickens, Kincaid did go right after that. Christian Kirk, got Matthew Stafford gone, Mark Andrews, Terry McLaurin, Keenan Allen, Isaiah Pacheco coming up now. So I want to come back around. Got a couple picks to go, so we got a while to go before it comes back to me here. As the rebound here coming around. What are your guys' best strategies? What do you guys prefer? Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, I used to be hardcore into basically, running back heavy. And then eventually I kind of just started doing hero RB because I do like to have one good running back. And then eventually I moved away from that even. And now I'm just literally, I'm sold on having wide receivers as your first pick and more picks of them. And I feel more comfortable that way. So I'll roll with those guys like that. So currently I have Dak Prescott and Jared Goff. Those are my two QBs. I got a running back and Devon Achane. I got three wide receivers, Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins, and George Pickens. At this point, let's see if I can end up. I got Jaden Reed on the thing. I'm looking maybe for possibly some Calvin Ridley, some Romo Dunze coming up. And maybe a rookie and Ladd McConkey. But, I'm trying to sometimes avoid rookies in this. I like to have those guys that are, going to be flexing out. Calvin Ridley, it is in this one right now. There is, George Pickens, George Kittle there available. But, I'm not going to run it with the 49er, unfortunately. I'll wait for some guys like Jake Ferguson to come back around later on. That's another round later. Even Brock Bowers, maybe take a flyer on him. And or Dalton Schultz, who I really like as well. And he's just much further down. I think they're the same value. Once you get past certain guys, it is what it is. So again, I'm just trying to hammer down on the wide receivers at this point. I got 4 wide receivers, two quarterbacks, 1 running back. We got 0 tight end right now, and I might take a tight end next, but actually I might take another wide receiver and then a tight end. And then I'll finally and I think I'll go for a QB at some point. Just to get 3 QBs and see who's out there. Because pretty much everybody's gone that's worth of anything. We're talking like decimation. I might take like Drake May. I might consider him, or even Justin Fields. We got Russell Wilson down here. He's with the shot and Minshew. Try to take a look at some of these guys. Yeah, so there's still quite a few QBs that I could take a look at here. So I'm looking at Romo Dunze next. That seems like the pick to me. Got the Chris Godwin's, Jordan Addison, DeAndre Hopkins, and then I just took Romo Dunze on that pick. They're coming back fast now. Took McCarthy, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith in this round as well. Again, I'm just trying to fill in my wide receiver stack here. see what round are we in. Now we're going into round 8. So I'm going to start looking at the tight end 2 and wide receiver here. Or running back, I mean. At this point, might need to get somebody on. I might wait on them. Actually, I see a lot of guys that we could go with later on. So some Najee Hicks, Jalen Warren out there, James Conner, Pollard, Mostert. There's plenty of guys running back to be had a little bit later on. At this point, I'm trying to maybe take a tight end. I think that might be the move. Jake Ferguson maybe next, but I don't want to reach down too far for somebody like that. So Jackson Sigma may be it. JSN, quite a few, like 11 picks away here, 7 picks away. So we've got quite a few guys to fall off. But let's do a recap here of the last picks after Rome Odunze, Derek Carr, Bryce Young, Kamara, Brian Thomas went off, Lad McConkey, David Montgomery, Keon Coleman, Drake May, David Johnson. So, sometimes you got to stick to your strategy. I think I'm doing good. I think the strategy will work out. Just got to stay wide receiver heavy now at this point. I do need to get a tight end at this point now because I do got, 5 wide receivers and no tight end yet. So I do need to start digging into that situation. But I might just take another one in Christian Watson right here coming up. If he falls to me, I might have to take that guy here and then come back around with the tight end and wide receiver running back after that guy. I just want to have a good set of wide receivers on my team. Once enough of those are captured, we can start doing some other things here. But yeah, I'd like to have 3 quarterbacks altogether as well. Last year, so many quarterbacks went down, and I just don't want to be left without. But I feel like running backs, there's plenty still to be had that are just as good as everybody else on here that I could wait on. So I still got time to wait on the running backs even. I think that's tight end time's coming up because Evan Ingram or Christian Watson should be gone. I'll probably end up with Jake Ferguson as my tight end, which I'm very comfortable with. And he'll be be a stack with Dak Prescott for me. So I'm looking to take him next on that stack here. So yeah, if anybody in the chat has any questions, anything, let me know. Any suggestions? Maybe start looking at the draft board here, see who we got going on. Maybe share that screen as well. Let me share a screen here and pick the on the clock now. Here, hold on a second. Let me stop messing around with that. I got to take Jake Ferguson real quick. All right, perfect. Just like I thought, got my tight end. Now I'll be looking at hammering some wide receivers and some of these backup QBs, a third QB, and then taking some. There's still guys like Zach Moss available, who I'll be happy with. DeAndre Swift, Najee Harris. There's a couple other running backs that I'd be more than happy to have. Javonte Williams here, Denver, maybe good. So yeah, there's plenty of guys to be had later on. I'll be coming back around for getting that. I think that second tight end here. Let me see what running back we're at. I gotta share the screen here. I gotta keep sharing this one. Sorry, my guys. So this is what I'm looking at. Let you guys take a look at that. Let me add the screen, add to the stage. I'm 2 picks away at this point. I got Najee Harris also here queued up. I'm thinking Zach Moss. I like him a little bit better. The opportunity he has over there in Cincinnati to be the number 1. And I'll be happy to having that with Devon Chan, which again was a messed up pick on that part. But I think we can fix this whole draft anyways. I am going to take Chan right here. and then we could come back around and hopefully pull up with the Russell Wilson or Gardner Minshew after that. So I ended up having 2 QBs, 2 running backs now, 5 wide receivers and a tight end. So I definitely got a starting lineup set up now. So I got Dak Prescott, Jared Goff. Then we got Devon Achane and Zach Moss as the running backs. We got Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, and Roma Dunze. And then we got Jake Ferguson as tight end. So at this point, I want to get a third QB, and or against keep hammering wide receivers and running backs on the way out here. So I do need to get a couple more depth in running back and wide receivers as well. So those would be the picks. Maybe back up a tight end with again, Dalton Schultz is way down here, and I'd love to have him as a second tight end as well. He's behind Brock Bowers and guys like Dallas Goedert, so he's way late there. So affords me to take another running back or wide receiver, or even push up these QBs here. See where we're at with everybody. But yeah, hopefully everything works out here with these guys. I still got Russell Wilson and Gardner Minshew in my queue, showing these guys as who I want next. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to work on over here, as far as my queues are concerned, and who's I'm looking at coming up next. Let me share a different screen. Here we'll go back to the board right now. And then add that to the stage. Here we go. I'm still about 10 picks away. And so we're going to take a look and see what we got over here. Jamison Williams, Cortland Sutton, Curtis Samuel, Mike Williams, Romeo Doubs. Let's see who's coming off the board. Brock Bowers went off the board. Jamal Williams. Russell Wilson just came off the board. So, yeah, that's what it's telling me. I need to take, Gardner Minshew or somebody. Justin Fields came off the board. Again, I want to have another QB, just backing up these guys because, again, you get the QBs gone. I mean, I got Sam Darnold, maybe the only other one after that, and he's going to be losing his job. I even have him. That's it. Really, there's really not much else going on down there as far as starting QBs in the NFL. So I'm down to Gardner Minshew and Sam Darnold. I could wait on Dalton Schultz because Schultz is much later ADP. So at this point, it's going to be Minshew. And I know that he's probably not even up on here as far as like where you're going to take him at. Well, maybe I'll just check down the wide receiver. Looks like there's plenty of room to be having Minshew at 237. Rashid Shaheed. I'm looking at some of these guys. Ondani Mitchell, Jacoby Myers, and it's on me right now. Mike Williams. I'll take some dubs. He's shown some spirits there. I'll come back with another running back after that. It's just bench guys now at this point, and I got about 5 picks away. So, yeah. Looking at a running back in Nick Chubb, Gus Edwards, Tajay Spears in Tennessee. He could take number 1 spot. Austin Eckler is out in Washington, friend of the show here. Chase Brown in Cincinnati. Blake Corum in L.A. Zeke in Dallas even here. Zach Charbonnet later on. Rico Dowdle might be getting some touches out there. Jalen Wright. We got quite a few guys still available. Wide receivers looking to get pulled up later on here. At this point, it's got Mike Williams, Dallas Collard moved up into the rankings here, so I got to pay attention to that. At this point, hey man, come back to me. Oh, somebody took Dalton Schultz now. Somebody sniped me on Dalton Schultz. They reached down. He was not up in this list, so they seen what I seen, taking that guy. So, we got Hawkinson later on. Maybe we get some TJ Hawkinson here. Throw him up on the mix here, but Sam Donald. So Minshew's gone now. Yeah, I got to get Sam Donald, at least somebody. Can't keep waiting on that. So I got 3 wide receivers now, and Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, and Sam Donald. 2 running backs, and Devon Achane and Zach Moss. I got 6 wide receivers, and Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, Roma Dunze, and Romeo Dobbs. And then we got a tight end and Jake Ferguson. So at this point, I need to hammer down a couple running backs and another tight end, and we could just start filling out after that wide receiver. But I still would like to get a couple more tight ends and running backs into my team here. We're already now in round 12. So yeah, I literally took the last starting quarterback that has a shot at starting right now. So let's see what happens with the rest of these guys. Not the best guy that we have, and honestly, I think I kind of waited long on that. But there's some spots that got messed up in this draft. We live and learn. We'll get straightened out here pretty soon. Anybody got any questions on here on the chat? We got about 23 viewers here tonight. Thank you so much, guys, for attending. Hopefully this is pretty good content. Checking out the draft here, what we got. Again, I was preferably looking at taking RB1 after round 6 and going 0 RB, but I auto-picked there a little bit, so that kind of messed up some things for me. But yeah, hopefully in the future I could get another one done, or we get 0 RB, take the running backs, wide receivers later on. And see what happens here, because you do want to just stack up on wide receivers now. And, it just kind of works out better statistically. The teams that make it in the playoffs and best ball leagues like this and the finals and the semifinals all have 0 RB strategies or hero RB strategies, but majority 0 RB strategies where they're taking their running backs in round 7, 8, and 9 later, and they're just hammering down at that point, and then starting with if you have a 1 QB league, it's starting with the 1 QB within the first 5 rounds, tight end within the 7 rounds, and then going for your running backs at round 8 after that. So this one being a super flex, you kind of got to just add one more, because everybody's taking their 2 tight ends or 2 quarterbacks early, and that pushes those up. So when that happens, you got to kind of work down for some of the other guys. So yeah, some guys like Dontavian Wicks just got taken, and Xavier Leggett for Jake 7 here on the turn. Those are kind of like some of the guys I was looking for later on. We've still got Adonai Mitchell. Let's see some of these guys. Not so interested in Gabe Davis. Ricky Pearsall in San Francisco might be something interesting. Jalen Polk would be interested in that guy. Jermaine Burton, I picked him up in my Dynasty League, so I'm looking for him. So we got a couple of guys still further down, even so we have an opportunity to get some guys. I'm going to try to get Nick Chubb or Zeke or somebody here coming up next. I do need to get some running back depth on my team now. I got 6 wide receivers, and I'm pretty happy with it at this point. And I just need to start filling in a tight end, a running back, with some of these higher end tier guys. And even, some of the lower guys, because there's injuries, things happen, and, you want to take flyers on the younger guys a little later on, like I will be doing here pretty soon. Maybe looking at guys like Marvin Mims, or who knows, guys like Luke McCaffrey here, who's coming up in Washington. Let's see what happens with that guy. Brother to, the McCaffrey over here. And he's the son of, this is my turn. See, this is what I'm talking about. I just end up talking and end up almost missing my pick here. I just ended up taking Nick Chubb real quick. I was really thinking about that guy. But I might even put in Rico Dowdle from Dallas here. Zeke Elliott's still on here. Yeah, but I remember watching his dad play in Denver, a wide receiver, very talented. Then the son comes in, Christian McCaffrey, and now we got Luke McCaffrey coming in as well. So we got generations of football guys in the house with those guys. Yeah, so these are the picks going on. We got 4 picks away again. 3 running backs, 3 quarterbacks, 6 wide receivers, 1 tight end. I'm starting to look at Cole Kmet still around. Again, Ricky Pearsall, Jalen Polk. I'm still looking at I'm not too interested in Johan Dotson right now, but I may have to take that guy. Jerome Ford. Might be looking at him too as well. I think Rico Dallas should be getting starting spot over in Dallas. I'm looking at Jalen Polk too, Jermaine Burton. I want to add that guy to my stuff here. Samoa Ray Davis. I'm just trying to go through here. Monty Vidal, maybe he's a long shot later on. So coming up at 2 picks here. Let's see. Trying to adjust for ADP here. Oh, he took Rico Dowdle. Yeah, jamming. Just straight sniped again. And then we got Cole Kmet. Somebody taking Cole Kmet. Pendra Miller, Kamani Vidal. Let's take Kamani Vidal. I'm taking a shot now since I'm getting sniped. I'm sniping somebody. He might have a chance over there. Some guy goes down. The other guy's looking pretty good. At this point, I'm also going to start, really concentrate on a tight end at some point. Later on, we got Isaiah Likely, Chilo Okonkwo, Tennessee. Sorry, guys. Sometimes some of the not the best content side. It's usually easier when you have a banter going on with Anthony. We get to bounce off each other, have our times to be able to respond here. So maybe I'll do the Underdog promo at this time. Underdog Fantasy is the best place, the easiest place to play fantasy ports for the best ball draft tournaments, which means draft your team with no season long time commitment, so you don't have to worry about waivers, trades, or send your weekly lineup. They just put in the best guy available on your team into the lineup, and that's how you get in there. Anthony Lash placed 42nd out of 70,464 in his last tourney. He turned $4 into almost $400, so that's a good deal. And this one we're doing a puppy for $50K going into 100,000. So hopefully we can get a lot of the guys that I was looking at, like Zach Charbonnet, Jerome Ford, Luke Musgrave, Jalen Polkagon, Tyler Gill, Chai Chandler. Sorry, I'm reading off these guys here. But Kondre Miller, Malachi Corley, Russell Wilson. It's not Russell Wilson. And Hunter Henry gone here. So I'm about 5 picks away here coming up. They're going fast now. I just want to pick up who we have left. We got Ricky Pearsall. That's not a bad deal. Let's see what he's doing. Over to San Francisco, Jalen Wright, Ray Davis, got Jaleel McLaughlin. I don't see too many running backs I'd be too interested in at this point. Ooh, some J.K. Dobbins. Huh. He's fallen a long way. I'll definitely pick him up over the Chargers. Interesting. Jalen Wright in Miami. I'm not sure how much playing time he's going to get. He's a rookie over there, so who knows? But I do go 4 running backs, so Let me take a look how many rounds we got left going on here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds left. We're on round 15 right now of 20. And Jalen Wright just went off the board. As I mentioned him, wasn't seeing how much time he was going to get off, but, there we go. So I got Dobbins lined up here. They took Lick McCaffrey off the board already. Yeah, I'm trying to scroll through here and look at the guys that are left here and see. Yeah, I ended up only with one tight end. I kind of messed that up. Still got Jawan Johnson. Shit, he might be something. Cue him up. Oh, so yeah. Let's see what we got coming up. Sorry, guys. I'm just kind of concentrated on the picks that I'm trying to do here and get this kind of straightened out. So I was just kind of looking at the teams that are left and the guys. So yeah, it's on me now. I'm taking Jawan Johnson. I needed a second tight end. I got nobody. Literally, that's my second tight end right now. So I ended up with Jake Ferguson and Jawan Johnson are my tight ends. Not too upset with that, honestly. I'm okay with that. I'll be able to live with that. Was mostly concentrating on my wide receivers. There's a couple of running backs available still that I'm okay with, like J.K. Dobbins. Could be coming around. Maybe some of these other guys that have an opportunity to get some board play time, like Roshan Johnson or Khalil Herbert over there. But yeah, I'm literally would like to see if I could get J.K. Dobbins next after this. But I'm 13 picks away, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get him. I want to see who's left over here at quarterback. I mean, we got, again, my tight end, Taysom Hill, who's also listed as a quarterback, so it's funny. I might throw him in there because he could have a day or two where he's going to do something. That's basically it. I mean, the rest of the guys, I mean, you could maybe even think about Michael Penix. I don't know if you could, getting barring injury and things like that. Everybody else is pretty much starting. I don't see anybody else really taking somebody else's spots in this point. So we got one guy listed up there. We're still waiting on Dobbins. The next wide receivers are Rondo Robinson, Devon Baker, Mario Douglas. Not somebody, two guys that I'm too, starry-eyed about it, Maybe some Zay Jones coming up. DJ Shark now with the Chargers. Odell signed a one-year deal with Miami. He's still available. Not that I want to be looking at that guy, but I mean, at some point we might have to start taking some of these guys because we're running at slim pickings at this point. Now we're going into rookies and/or backup of backups guys here. So you got to take what you can get. I ended up with 3 wide receivers, 4 running backs so far, 4 running backs, 7 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. That's where I kind of need some help at as a tight end. That's why I'm looking at Taysom Hill as well, because he could come in as a quarterback / tight end for me. And right now they have him listed as a quarterback, which is kind of crazy. So I'll take it. I'm just looking at J.K. Dobbins and/or Taysom Hill coming up next. The rest of these guys, I could just move on. Demario Douglas, maybe somebody I would look at over in New England. Taking look at that guy. Colbert, maybe considered him in Dallas. Again, trying to get some stack going. That's really late stuff. CEH coming in late. Audric Estime, I'm not sure if he's going to do anything over there in Denver, but might as well put him in the queue later on. And J.K. Dobbins is taken in front of me. So that's not happening here. Now I'm just going to probably end up taking Taysom Hill. I'm just going to stick to what I was doing. I do have 4 running backs. That's, I'm fine with that. I don't need 5. It would be nice to have 5. But right now I need to get another tight end and another wide receiver here coming up. Or tight end. He's a tight end quarterback. I'm going to take my guy, Taysom Hill. Literally looking to take him. Hopefully this guy doesn't take him. Nobody's looking to take Taysom Hill at this point. But I'm going to fill in my guy. He does get those good games, and this is best ball, so why not take advantage of those 2-3 games a year that he does well in. So yeah, snap call on that guy. Deontay Foreman, Chuba Hubbard gone. Yeah, quite a few guys gone after this. So let's see if we got anybody left that we should be able to be taking a look at here. Let's take a look at who's been going off the board here lately. Because again, I would take Taysom Hill here, but let's go backwards a little bit to K. Dotton. There was a run of tight ends after the tight end that I took here. Because I took Johnson here, Jawan Johnson, then Rashad Bateman, then K. Dotton fell off, Isaiah Likely fell off, Noah Fant, and then Tyler Conklin. So I kind of started a tight end run at that point. Khalil Herbert, Dalen Walker here, and Jawan Baker came up after that, and then Robinson, Irving, and Johnson. So we got Robinson, Dobbins, Tracy, Chuba Hubbard, Foreman, and Tyreek Hill. Then Chico Conquo, Jonnu Smith, Elijah Mitchell, Joey Kobe Brissett, Jalen Tolbert. So even Tolbert's coming off the board, and it's back to me. I'm looking at Demario Douglas. Very comfortable with that guy at this point. Zay Jones, probably put him up in the queue now. Do not want Darius Slayton. I don't know why he was up there. Maybe we can put some Tank Bisbee, Keaton Mitchell on here. And Tank's gone. Right after I mentioned him. That's funny. Oh, maybe object. Bruce Vaughn. Let's see who we got over here. I'm just looking at some of these running backs that are left, and it's pretty slim pickings. I think, the best bet is stick to the tight ends and the wide receivers here. We still got guys like Mike Gesicki over here. Might take that guy. Tucker Kraft, Greg DeLucci, some Louis Woods, I see Clover Patterson, Dawson Knox. Still doing some stuff in Buffalo. He might be taking some touches away from some people. He was doing some nasty stuff last year. And then we got that, the rookie over there, but he was basically sharing the time with them 50-50 share time. So Dawson Knox may be a sneaky pick here at the end. So I'm be looking to get him, especially this is just best ball. What the heck not? So we got 4 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 8 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends on my roster at this point. And, we got how many round are we in here? 9 picks away here. 2. So we got 2 more rounds. That went by fast. So we got 2 more rounds to go. So Club Fantasy Football, come in. If you want to come and support us and keep up the great work. I appreciate it for hanging out with me tonight. I'm just, trying to do this best ball draft alone. So Club Fantasy, thank you so much for dropping in and, dropping a note here. Checking them out here later on. I got 2 more guys to go, and We got 8 wide receivers, 4 running backs, 4 QBs, 2 tight ends. So I'm looking at probably taking Dawson Knox with my next pick here. Maybe even Greg Lucci. I think Dawson Knox would be the pick. As far as tight ends concerned, Odell Beckham's out here. Again, he signed that 1-year deal. I'm not looking at Darius Slayton at all. I'm good with the running backs that I have. I might actually take a flyer on Keaton Mitchell here at the end. But I definitely want to get some Dawson Knox here. If he falls to me, I'll be happy to take him. Maybe leave Deuce Vaughn or Keaton Mitchell for the last pick here. Because I do have 8 wide receivers, so that's plenty. 4 QBs, 4 running backs. Tight end is what I'm lacking. I would like to get Dawson Knox here. Let's let him fall to me. And then we should be able to come back around with my last guy. So, yeah, I'll be able to take Dawson Knox at this point. Boom. I got Deuce Vaughn queued up, Keaton Mitchell. I might take not take a flyer on Odell. Maybe he'll have a good week in there. I don't know about that. I'm trying to sell myself on that, but I'm just not feeling it myself. I don't see any running backs that I would like to have going on. Kendrick Bourne and Brandon Rice. I do see some tight ends and wide receivers that maybe we should take a look at. Michael Meyer maybe be another one. Traylon Burks here. No, even Jonathan Mingo. Let me get some of that guy going on. Noah Brown went to Houston. He's probably not going to do anything now. Too much competition. We still got Zach Ertz over here, tight end, Noah Gray. So, overall, here's my team right here. We're coming back up into the last pick. Here we go. And I might actually take a shot at Brendan Rice. Son of Jerry Rice. Why not? Let's see what happens. Shoot it out there. Shoot it. So we ended up with Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Sam Darnold, and Taysom Hill quarterback, but he's a tight end as well. Deuce Vaughn, Zach Moss, Nick Chubb, and Kamani Vidal are my running backs. For wide receivers, I got Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, Romo Dunze, Romeo Dobbs, Luke McCaffrey, Demario Douglas, and Brendan Rice. And then for tight ends, I got Jake Ferguson, Jawan Johnson, and Dawson Knox. Pretty happy with the way it turned out. There's a couple of hiccups along the way, but, I guess that's how it works out, Yeah, hey, Gator. Yeah, that would have been cool, man. Anybody could jump on the show, let me know. I guess we could have worked it out with Anthony and got people on here and just, had a couple guys drafting with us here. But, yeah, going forward, sometimes we miss some people. Maybe we send out invites here. And ask people to join the show and just be on here because, it is fun to just, shoot the banter back and forth, talk about the picks that we're having. It's really interesting draft right now, and we're about to, shut it down here. But let's check out the teams here before we get going. Most of the guys, if you look at the board here, they started off with, quarterbacks and Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. First running back off the board was Christian McCaffrey. Anthony Richard. First running back, wide receiver off the board was CeeDee Lamb. Back to C.J. Stroud. I ended up taking Tyreek Hill, then Jamar Chase, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown. I would have been really happy with Amon-Ra, honestly. Then he ends up going to Jahmyr Gibbs, Puka Nacua, Caleb Williams, Garrett Wilson, A.J. Brown, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, Bijan Robinson, Dak. I ended up taking Dak, and then Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Breece Hall, and then Jared Goff in my third, and so on. I don't want to read off the whole draft here for you guys, but I think you guys get the idea. It's really cool. It's really fun to do that. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys being here on the show with me tonight. The draft was really fun. I messed up some spots, but that's how it is, man. That's why you got to practice. Come on our Friday night mocks with us. Get in here. Basically do your studying with us. Get in. Get the drafts in there. Get the picks there. So definitely join. If you do go to Underdog, use our Get Right Fantasy. The code is Get Right. When you sign up, you get a promo going on right now where you earn 50% deposit match up to $250. So that's a promo we got going on. You could get in on their higher and lower or pick'ems there, and you could get a pick'em entry. And you basically use the stats that are going on with the players to see what's going on with the players. So yeah, appreciate everybody here. Anthony was able to make us. He did join us here in the chat. Some here. Classic Mike somewhere out there. We got so many guys on the show now. We got Tycoon, who has joined the show. We got the new guys here in Kendall and Phil Ruskin. Phil Ruskin, I watched the show the other night. Pretty cool. So he's doing the extra point, and Kendall is doing the Fantasy Football Tavern with the hot takes and cold beers. Love that tagline. So without further ado, appreciate you guys for coming in. Peace out. See you on the next one.
Wanted to white fantasy is the play. Marking often, but I tune in every Friday. Strategies provided.